February at Cellcom. Now through February 19th, buy one smartphone and get one free. Choose from the latest phones by top brands. A deal almost as sweet as your Valentine. Plus, spread the love even more and buy one, get one free on connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Mix and match to get something for you and for the ones you love. Visit cellcom.com/BOGO for details.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Straight ahead, Republicans are raising questions about a judge who is running for the state Supreme Court. We'll hear their concerns coming up.
Plus, focusing on a trade, we'll have a look at how trade schools are preparing students for the future.
And a local fire department is highlighting the high costs associated with fighting fires. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Conrad Sipinski.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukic. Firefighters put their lives on the line to put out fires and save lives. One of the reasons they're able to do this is because of their highly specialized equipment.
But that equipment is also expensive and can be a tough lift for local volunteer departments, especially when they have to replace it every 10 years. News Watch 12's Mohammed Abdul-Kawi went to the Arbor Vita Fire Department today to learn more. Mohammed.
Well, Dan and Jessica, even if we just look at firefighters' boots, those can cost around $500. But when it comes to protecting department's most valuable resource, the people wearing those boots, no expense could be spread.
It's extremely critical that firefighters have the right equipment.
From boots to helmets, there's a lot that goes into equipment for firefighters.
When you look at some of the hazardous and elevated temperatures that firefighters are potentially going to be going into, we simply can't go in street clothes like this because of the fact we're not going to survive.
Mike Sippen from the Arbor Vita Fire Department says they strive on replacing their personal protective equipment every 10 years, according to the National Fire Protection Association standard.
That's all for safety. The problem with it is it really puts a burden on the very small departments that don't have a very large operating budget.
The cost of basic equipment for one firefighter can be up to $4,000.
Equipment is expensive for a couple of reasons. One, who makes it? Design that goes into it, the materials that go into it, and one of the most costly parts of the gear that a lot don't know about is sending that gear off to a third-party independent testing facility, basically determine if it does meet the NFPA standard. And if it does, then we know it's good to go for use in firefighting.
With better equipment available for firefighters, the better the outcome.
And if we can keep these people well-funded, well-protected with some of the best equipment possible, they're going to be able to do a better job in the event that you're needed.
Volunteer fire departments receive funding from the government. Sippen says the best way to show support is to attend volunteer fire departments fundraisers. Jessica?
Thank you, Mohammed. Republicans in Wisconsin say state Supreme Court candidate Janet Protasiewicz has shown a pattern of leniency towards violent felons.
The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports that on at least 3 occasions, prosecutors asked Protasiewicz, currently a Milwaukee County Circuit judge, to sentence a felon to prison for harming a child, but she didn't do that. 2 of the cases involved adults sexually assaulting a minor, while a third was a mother who pleaded guilty to chronic neglect of her 16-year-old son after he died just weighing 42 pounds. In each case, Protasiewicz rejected the prosecutor's request, choosing instead to sentence the defendant to time served in jail plus probation. Protasiewicz is one of 4 candidates running in Tuesday's primary for the state Supreme Court.
A man convicted of a 38-year-old cold case has learned his fate. Today, a Wood County judge sentenced 59-year-old John Sarver to life in prison. In November 2022, Sarver was convicted of first-degree murder of 73-year-old Eleanor Roberts. Roberts was found beaten and stabbed to death in her home in the rural town of Saratoga in November 1984. DNA testing over the years links Sarver to that crime.
Well, after a weird weather start to the week, Conrad, it's been pretty normal the last few days.
Yeah, last couple of days back to normal, I would say.
I was loving the sun out there today.
Yes, it was absolutely beautiful. A little chilly on the end, but still warmer temperatures are on the way. The weekend is going to be filled with lots of warm temperatures in the mid to even upper 30s. Right now, we're hovering slightly below average at around 21 here in town, 23 in Eagle River, Lando Lakes, mid-20s out there. So we are slightly below our average for this time of year. We should be at around 27. Add a little bit of wind to that. It's definitely feeling colder than that. 11 degrees is our feels like temperature right now. That's pretty much the trend across the Northwoods. Some single digits to even some teens as some feels like temperatures. So bundle up out there, folks. Winds are still a little bit on the breezy end right now. Not too windy, but still adding just a little bit of wind with these chilly temperatures. It definitely feels a bit cold. We do have wind speeds at around 8 miles an hour here in town. Arborvita, 10 miles an hour. Wind gusts closer to 20. But hey, at least we had lots of sunshine out there today. It was a wonderful day with all that sunshine. Tonight, though, big changes, I would say. Increasing cloud cover tonight. Temperatures, though, will be well above average and hovering in those upper teens. Jessica?
Thank you, Conrad. Some Wisconsin communities may soon have access to around $25 million in federal grants to address PFAS contamination in their drinking water. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced the funding this week as part of a $5 billion being provided through the bipartisan infrastructure law over 5 years to reduce pollution from the so-called forever chemicals. The money will target relief for communities of fewer than 10,000 residents that cannot afford to finance projects to reduce PFAS or other contaminants. Communities can use the grants to address PFAS in drinking water, household water quality testing, technical assistance, and contractor training. In addition to EPA grants, Governor Tony Evers recently proposed more than $100 million in the next 2-year state budget to address PFAS.
Today, the Wisconsin DNR's Surface Water Grant Program announced it has awarded over $6.5 million to improve water quality throughout the state. The program received 446 applications from across Wisconsin. Projects receiving funding range from invasive species control to runoff and pollution reduction. Marathon County will use a grant to improve water quality in Lake Wausau and the Big O Plain Reservoir. To find more local grants, go to the DNR's website and search Safer Water Grants.
The Wisconsin DNR is reminding anglers to remove portable ice shanties from Wisconsin waterways. The deadline for ice shanty removal is quickly approaching. Shanties must be removed from the Wisconsin-Iowa boundary waters by Monday, February 20th. The Wisconsin-Minnesota boundary waters must be removed by March 1st, and shanties must be taken out of inland waters south of Highway 64 by March 5th. Portable ice shanties can be used after those dates as long as ice fishers remove them daily. For the full list of ice shanty removal dates, you can visit our website, wjfw.com.
February is Career and Technology Education Month in Wisconsin. Anigo High School is preparing students for immediate entry into high-paying skilled jobs through their program. Robbins Automotive, Red Robin Graphics, and Red Robin Machining are all businesses at the school run by students. Alex Kosarik is a senior, and she's worked on everything from T-shirts to vinyl decals for Red Robin Graphics.
I plan on being a graphic designer in the future, so this classroom and the classwork we do does set me up for what is for the future.
The three businesses teach students how to communicate with customers, create work orders, and complete projects. Students also send bills. From community projects to fixing vehicles, the businesses give students like Wes McCauley valuable experience.
The job we've done in here, head gaskets, you name it, it helps you prepare for the industry and just your common knowledge of vehicles. It helps you understand things and how they operate.
Many students are ready to enter their respective fields right after graduation because of the skills learned in these CTE classes. Coming up, rescue crews in Turkey found another survivor nearly 2 weeks after that deadly earthquake.
And an investigation is underway after a massive pileup on a Wisconsin highway. We'll have the details after weather with Jeff and Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day weekend blowout is here. Get the guaranteed lowest prices and holiday discounts starting at 30% and up to 60% off furniture and mattress doorbusters. This weekend only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Northwoods Firearms in Crandon. We sell anything Freedom. Firearms, ammunition, parts, and accessories. We buy, sell, and trade all types of firearms. We specialize in custom-built rifles and fully equipped set-up hunting rifles. Silencer shop power dealer with kiosk. Factory trained and certified Cerakote applicator. We handle all types of firearms transfers as well as NFA weapon deals. Our focus is on you and delivering one-of-a-kind products. Embrace your freedom at Northwoods Firearms in Crandon.
We so amazing. The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS. So captivating. You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer. The RS family of Chevy SUVs. Definitely worth a follow. Well-qualified buyers get 2.99% financing on all Equinox models or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $750 cash allowance.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the back?
Yeah, it can go back into the back.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
The new Samsung Galaxy S23. Free for everyone from US Cellular.
I kissed it? Yes.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day Weekend Blowout event is here, Saturday through Monday. Find doorbuster appliances at big discounts, like this Frigidaire built-in dishwasher, now just $549, or the Savannah gas range, now just $499. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
And welcome back, folks. We made it. It's Friday. The weekend's around the corner. Look how beautiful it is outside. Barely any clouds. Pretty much nothing in Park Falls, with lots of sunshine all throughout the state today. Tonight, though, we're going to get a little bit of increase in clouds, but as of right now, we have lots of sunshine, so it is looking absolutely beautiful out there. For the most part, the country isn't looking that nice. The Northeast does have a little low-pressure system. It is starting to move out. Some rain right by the East Coast, New York City, D.C., and then things are going to start clearing up very shortly. For us, though, we have a little bit more snow on the way. Sunday into Sunday night. Nothing too much, maybe a couple of flurries in the area. A trace of snow will be possible. Then Monday night into Tuesday, we're looking at possibly 1 to 3 inches of snowfall into those morning hours on Tuesday. And then it gets a little bit interesting. Wednesday into Thursday, we have another low pressure system moving in with some pretty steady snow moving in overnight on Wednesday into the morning hours on Thursday. So might be looking at several inches of snow. Still a little too early to say how much snow we're going to get, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Tonight, though, we will have some increase in clouds. Are we going to see the northern lights? And for that, we have Jeff.
Yeah, hey, Conrad, this is going to be good. There's a really good chance tonight into tomorrow morning for us to see pictures like this. They were out last night across parts of Minnesota, also across parts of Alaska. In fact, here is the KP index, meaning where is that energy directed toward, and it could make it into areas of Minnesota and Wisconsin again tonight after midnight. So look away from city lights, look northwest, and you might see them tonight. They were active last night and likely again this evening across parts of the upper Midwest. Okay, but going forward, though, we're talking about, here we go. We're looking at, really, our results are in from January. And January came back as the 7th warmest January on record globally. So that's land and ocean temperatures. Look at North America, though, well above average across January for us. The rest of the world was above average as well. But that could be changing a little bit here. Remember the outlook for winter this year from the National Weather Service? It had us below average in temperatures and above average in precip. Well, that hasn't happened yet, but there are some signs now this could be changing. Here's a jet stream out there tonight through the weekend, and you can see we're going to be creating a big dip in here and energize this thing. That could easily change our weather pattern, and that could give us more active storms next week. More on that from Conrad.
Yes, exactly that, Jeff. We're going to be under a trough by next week, so cooler air will be rolling on in. Right now, though, most of the United States not looking too bad, near average or even above average, especially into the East Coast. New York City, once again, they've only had half an inch of snow this winter season so far. Wow, incredible stuff. Temperature-wise, though, our highs were still below average today. Our average should be around 27. So we had temperatures around 23 here in town, 24 in Eagle River, some mid-20s up north by the UP as well. So we were all pretty much slightly below our average. So like I said, 27 is supposed to be the high for this time of year. Monday we cool off, and then once again we climb that ladder down into middle to end of next week, where teens will be showing up there with lows possibly even below zero. Tonight, though, good luck. Go out there if you want to see the northern lights, especially early into those overnight hours. Later on, though, we're going to see some increase in clouds, breezy conditions as well, with temperatures around 18 degrees tonight. Tomorrow, look at that. What a beautiful day. You thought today was nice. Tomorrow, even better. 36 degrees is going to be your high. We will have a little bit more clouds out there, mostly cloudy skies. Pretty calm wind out of the southwest at around 5 to 15 miles an hour. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show a couple of flurries lingering on Sunday. Temperatures, look at that, 37 degrees, maybe even some 40s in some spots. Monday, a little bit of snow moving in, especially Monday night into Tuesday, 1 to 3 inches there. Tuesday into Wednesday and Thursday, especially, we have the next low pressure system moving in, and temperatures will definitely be a bit cooler. We'll have some below average temperatures back into those mid to upper teens. Dan?
Thanks, Conrad. A series of crashes just after 2 p.m. Thursday shut down all southbound lanes of I-41 near the Dodge-Washington County line in Wisconsin. The Wisconsin DOT said the crash involved 30 vehicles, including 6 semi-tractor trailers. State Patrol assisted those stuck in their vehicles on the freeway, while crews worked for hours in blizzard-like conditions, towing cars and clearing debris from the road. A total of 3 people were injured with non-life-threatening injuries.
You can call it a miracle. 278 hours after the catastrophic earthquake in Turkey, a 45-year-old man has been rescued alive. According to a tweet from the Turkish health minister, the man was conscious as he was pulled from the rubble of an apartment and taken to a local hospital. Local news reports the man's condition is not known. This is the latest rescue since the earthquake hit more than 11 days ago on February 6th. Throughout the Northwoods, a rich history of water skiing has entertained locals and tourists alike for generations.
From the Minocqua Bats to the Plum Skeeters, families from near and far still visit ski shows throughout the summer. But for the ski club in Tomahawk, the history behind its boats is a point of pride for some former members. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver joins us in the studio with more. Matt?
Well, Dan and Jessica, the Tomahawk Boat Company and the Quahomich, which, by the way, is actually Tomahawk spelled backwards, have always been closely tied. 2 former members of the club are now working to bring a museum for the boats that once pulled them along the Wisconsin River.
Every summer in Tomahawk, history zooms by people in the form of a watercraft once made in town.
The antique boat show, and people just get a taste, so to speak.
But 2 lifelong friends are making a year-round tribute to the Tomahawk Boat Company.
There's a lot of history here in Tomahawk, which, again, we want to share with the people as much as we can, and it's so nice for the students and adults that kind of forget.
Bill Spar and Gene Winter have made many fond memories trailing behind Tomahawk boats while skiing for the Quahomich since the 1960s.
Whether it was enjoying the clown acts or Gene, kind of one of the finals, of course, coming way up in the sky, pass with his kite, or, you know, maybe the start of the show where 10 or 12 of us would come in barefooting together.
Their love for Tomahawk boats runs deep. Winter's uncle founded the company in 1945.
Everything I've got is an original boat. And there's a story behind every one.
Today, the 2 friends plan to move 40 boats into a museum that will sit next to Quahomich Bay.
The day that we can see the boats going out on big trailers and heading here to Tomahawk for everyone to see and share, that'll be a super day for us.
After receiving approval from the city, all that's left is raising funds for the 52 by 60-foot complex. And
we're just restoring the boats. I'll probably be here every day.
It's a vision that they hope will put the club and company's partnership into history.
Ideally, and of course Gene's dream too, is that it'll never be forgotten, that we can pass this on to the community.
The group hopes to raise $60,000 for their facility. Those interested in donating to the community project can do so to the Incredible Bank in Tomahawk.
Thanks, Matt. A Packers star has taken a pay cut.
And we're learning new details on the growing rift between the Brewers organization and one of its pitchers. We'll have the details after the break.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day weekend blowout is here. Get the guaranteed lowest prices and holiday discounts starting at 30% and up to 60% off furniture and mattress doorbusters. This weekend only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
You're exploiting Mexican culture for profit.
Who cares if it makes you money? You think Papa John is Italian?
What is he?
Rich! That's business 101.
New Lopez versus Lopez, tonight on NBC.
That's a fun show. I gotta watch it.
New Young Rock, tonight on NBC.
Come see the fresh changes Woodland Creek Furniture has made to its showrooms. There's an ever-changing selection of unique furniture, much of which is made at Woodland Creek's own facility right here in northern Michigan. Did you know we build custom dining tables, vanities, beds, consoles, and more? New nature-inspired accessories are arriving daily, from lighting and lamps to wall art and rugs. You are bound to find that special accent for your home or office. See hundreds of exclusive designs available only at Woodland Creek in Minocqua.
Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day weekend mattress blowout event is here. Save up to 75% on mattress doorbusters from the top brands. Or save big on Tempur-Pedic and Purple adjustable mattress sets. Only at Wisconsin's #1 mattress retailer, Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Snowmobile trails are a little iffy right now throughout most of the Northwoods.
But generally, the more north you go, the better the conditions are. Near Lando Lakes, expect a lot of sleds out on the Cisco chain this weekend at Bent's Camp Resort's Radar Run. Here's a look at the track. Besides the Radar Run, Bent's will be holding a bikini run as well as hosting all types of games and raffles. Registration for the races starts at 11 a.m. tomorrow, and the fun starts at noon. The Vilas County Alliance is encouraging people to not ride county trails, but on the Watersmeet side, clubs are still grooming those trails. Bent's recommends people come from that direction or park their trailers behind the Snowflake Ice Rink in Lando Lakes and ride from there.
While Packers fans wait to hear the status of Aaron Rodgers, there's at least one Aaron they won't have to worry about this offseason. Running back Aaron Jones has taken a pay cut for the 2023 season to remain with the club. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reported Friday morning that the Packers and Jones agreed on a reduced salary of $11 million this season. The reworked deal comes with a $8.52 million signing bonus. The Packers running back was set to make $16 million non-guaranteed next year. Now Green Bay can turn its attention back to the other Aaron whenever he comes out of the darkness.
A rift may be growing between Brewers pitcher Corbin Burnes and the Brewers organization. During an interview, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, Burnes explained that the team claimed he was a major reason that they didn't make postseason last year during salary arbitration. Salary arbitration allows players and teams to both name a price they think the player deserves based on his past performance, but the process can often cause a rift between both parties.
Yeah, I mean, there's no denying that the relationship is definitely hurt from what transpired over the last couple of weeks. There's really no way of getting around that. Obviously, we're professionals, and we're going to go out there and do our job and keep giving what I can every fifth day that I go out there.
The good news for the Brewers is that the organization won, with the arbitrator agreeing with their proposed 2023 salary of a little over $10 million, rather than Burnes' number of $10.75 million. However, with Burnes going to free agency in 2025, there is a strong chance he may not be with the team for much longer. We'll have a final check of the forecast after the break.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz.
On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common sense judge. She believes in protecting our freedoms, fairness for all, and public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
Habesh attorneys are the best of what a personal injury attorney is about.
To get the most money for your case, you need to have a law firm that's unrelenting.
We will fight with all that we have in person power, in knowledge, and experience to bring about the result they deserve.
I can't give them their life back how it was, but I can give them the financial compensation to get their life back on track.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
Race to savings on your plumbing project at Menards. Nobody has more Richmond water heaters in stock, like this 50-gallon hybrid electric water heater. It's the smartest and most efficient water heater on the market. Now on sale for $1499.99. Update your bath. The Elate frameless shower door by Kohler creates a sleek, minimalist look. Available in different finishes for any style. Matte Black is on sale for $589. Race to savings now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Look at that. What you're seeing is Olson Solar Energy working in the sun to make the sun work for you. What you can't see are the lower or no energy bills, selling extra energy back to your electric company, and the increase in property value without an increase in property taxes. The sun works for homes and businesses. The only thing you need is Olson Solar working in the sun to make the sun work for you. Now booking installations for 2023. Call Olson Solar Energy today.
As a prosecutor for 25 years and now as a judge, I know what it takes to keep Wisconsin communities safe. I'm Judge Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, we need more common sense and less extremism. It's time for a change.
All right, show of hands. Who has seen the Northern Lights?
Just the two meteorologists.
Oh, man. There is a really good chance we could see them tonight across parts of Wisconsin if we can keep the clouds away. Conrad?
Yes, we're actually going to have some increasing clouds, so your best chances is early in the overnight hours. Look at this shot I actually took in Fairbanks, Alaska just last year in March. Wow, what a beautiful scene. It was an incredible thing to witness out there with barely any clouds, so definitely go outside if you can early in the overnight hours tonight. Then we're going to actually have an active weather pattern starting next week. So make sure your shovels and boots are ready to go because a little bit more snow is on the way. Temperatures, not too bad right now. The weekend's actually going to be pretty mild. We'll have temperatures in the mid to even upper 30s in some spots. 40s will definitely be popping up, especially central Wisconsin with lack of snow there. And then things get interesting into next week. So temperatures cool off by Monday. A little bit of snow. We're looking at maybe 1 to 3 on Monday. Then Wednesday and Thursday, another low pressure system